Hey, what's up you guys? It's Ethan, back with another video.
Hello.
Is my wig straight? Okay. JK, I don't wear a wig. This is all fabulously natural. So I don't really know where to begin with this video exactly, because like, I guess I'm gonna have to backtrack it a little bit so you understand what's happening. So this was, I feel like it was the summer of 2014. Me and my family were going on a vacation to Daytona Beach, Florida. Or like, it was this smaller beach that was like really close to Daytona, Florida. And I can't really remember what it's called, so my bad. But it was a little sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know how, I'm gonna sound mean when I say this, but like, because if you guys live near a beach and you're watching this, you're gonna make, I'm sorry. Hello? Because you know how like sometimes shops and stuff around like the beach and stuff, they look kind of run down. No offense if you live near a beach, but like, you know what I mean. You know. This whole like town area was kind of sketchy looking. I mean, it was pretty in that like unique, dated kind of way. You know what I mean? It had its own theme going on, you know. We like, I think we were there for like 4 days maybe. And this was maybe like the second day that we were there. And our hotel was nice, but kind of run down and kind of sketchy at the same time. So like, I don't know, something with that whole like, you know, creepy looking hotels like that. And then you get to sleep in their bed and it's just, it's horrible. You know what I mean, okay? Germs freak me out. Hashtag germaphobe. We were trying to check out like some of the nearest like popular restaurants like from this area and stuff. So we found this like really cool restaurant, and I'm not gonna say too much about it because like I don't want people to like know where it is and like be rude about it. I feel like it was like racing themed or something, and I had been there before when I was a really little kid, so like I vaguely remembered it, you know. It was a little more run down than how I remember it, but of course, you know, you remember things differently as a kid, or maybe it just went like over the years, I don't know. But like, I mean, it was still pretty popular and the food was amazing, like it was super good, and I was like, I love the decorations, it was cool, right? So, the way this like weird town was, and this is what I really didn't like, there were really no parking lots anywhere. All of the parking lots were around the back side of the building in like this really creepy like alleyway kind of thing. And it was kind of like, you know, dark and creepy and just no thank you. So we pull in, or after like trying to find a parking lot, we ended up finding out when we asked someone that the parking lots were around the back side of the building. We go around, park in this really creepy like alleyway thing to these like sideways like parking spaces. You know when you like pull in like sideways? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so I had my wallet with me and I didn't really want to bring it in, which next time I'm going to, just in case. I didn't want to have to keep track of it because I was 14 at the time and I was just like, who needs money when you have your parents? No, I'm just kidding. So I was like, hold on. And so my wallet had a lot of money in it, which I never have this much money in my wallet. I mean, like, let's be real, I wish. But like, I think I had saved up for my birthday or something. I had like $150 something in my wallet. And like, I didn't really want to carry it around everywhere. And like, I should have left it at the hotel, to be honest, but I didn't want like a maid to steal it or something. I'm not a very trustful person, okay, I'm sorry. So I'm like, guys, let me stick my wallet under the seat. I'm trying to hide it, which I never hide my wallet in the car. Never have, except for this time, and I never have again, because I'm with my parents anyway, so like, gosh. So I was like telling my family, like, hold on, wait guys, let me stick my wallet under my seat, and I just hear my dad's door open, my mom's door open, my sister's door open, and I look up and I was like, they didn't wait on me. So I look this way, you know, and they're like halfway to the end of the alleyway already, and this was a pretty decent sized alleyway, you know, okay? There were buildings on both sides, you know, so it's like, it was a little sketchy, dark, you know, dumpsters, creepy, you know, typical alleyway, right? So I'm like, okay, fine, like I can catch up with them. So I open my door, close my door, turn around. They're like almost to the very end of this alleyway, and it's very long, keep in mind. I can't stress that enough. There's dumpsters and trash bags and all that jazz everywhere. So I'm like fast walking, and when I get halfway through this alleyway, I'm fixing to pass one of those like bigger green like dumpster things. Guys, I kid you not. This like giant man. Well, I mean, he was giant to me. I'm like 5'10" now, but like at the time I would say maybe like 5'6", 5'7" ish, or a little shorter than that because I was 14 and now I'm 18. So he was giant to me. He was like, he looked maybe 6'3", 6'4", something like that. And he just randomly stands up like really fast on the other side of this dumpster, and I was thinking, sweet Jesus, get away from me. I'm like, you know, it felt like one of those like creepy movies where you're walking in an alleyway and this scary person just like jumps up from behind a dumpster. Like that's basically what happened to me. And I jump, you know, but I tried to like, okay, play it cool, just pretend like you don't see him. And he like stands up, and this man, he was really tall, right? He had really long hair. It was like brownish, like lighter brown, lighter than mine, but like it was like really long, and he had a really long beard. Kind of like a creepy, like, the only way I could literally describe it is like he kind of looked like, I don't know. I was gonna say Jesus, but that would sound so bad. He didn't look like Jesus, but like, you know what I mean? Like the long hair and the beard and stuff, like a scary Jesus, you know? Like, no, okay. I need to stop talking now. Oh my gosh. And when he stood up, I mean, he wasn't like, I'm trying to describe this man and I sound so mean, but like, oh my God, you have to understand what he looks like, right? Like you need an image in your head so you guys won't be all confused. So he wasn't like really fat, but he wasn't like extremely skinny, and he was really tall. So like, I guess you could say he had a beer belly going on, you know what I mean? He was not wearing a shirt, and he was wearing like these really, really short red shorts, maybe like the color of my shirt. I'm gonna have to burn it now. He was not wearing any shoes, and his feet looked like he had been walking on nails. Like, oh, it made me hurt. I feel really bad. And he had like hardly any teeth, and they look all like rotten and stuff, and then his nails looked really creepy. And he had very, very creepy looking eyes, like he's just staring into your soul. And they were like a brownish, maybe like brownish green color. And he was just an extremely hairy all over man. He was very scary looking. He kind of looked like a Sasquatch. I'm such a nice person, I swear. So he like walks over to me, and like literally he's blocking my way, so it's not like I could run around him. I mean, I could have, but like I was kind of, you know, you were scared in moments like that. You just want to run away and flee, because I was afraid he was gonna like grab me and kidnap me and kill me and eat me or whatever. I don't know. So my parents are still like, they already turned the corner, you know? And so I'm like, Mommy, no. Like, I was so scared. And he like walks over to me and he's like, hey kid, you got 37 cents I can borrow? And I'm like, oh, you know, I actually don't have money on me right now, which I feel bad. And like, guys, I am not trying to like be rude about homeless people. I really honestly feel bad for them so bad. But like this guy, he kind of looked like he was like iffy, you know, like he was on something. And I didn't know what he was going to do. I was alone. I'm like this small 14-year-old kid, and my wallet was in my car, but I was very scared that if I was like, oh, well, my wallet's in my car, like he would grab all of my money and run away, kill me, something, I don't know. You know, you're scared in situations like that. So please don't judge me on like how I handled this, because I'm sorry. And so it wasn't a lie, you know, I didn't have money on me right now. And by this point, my parents are walking around the corner again because they thought I was with them. And when they turned around and like saw I wasn't with them, they were like, oh my God, where did he go? And let's be real, it wasn't like this long of a time period. It's not like they left me there for like 3 hours or something. It was maybe like a minute. So they come walking around the corner after this guy had like said something to me, whatever. My parents, they saw me talking to this man and they're like, whoa, what is that? Like, I'm so mean. They're just like, what is happening? So then they come over and my dad's like, hey, can we help you? You know, like, he was being nice. My parents are really nice, but like, obviously it was kind of like a, get away from my son, you know, like. And he's like, yeah, you got $1.03. And so my dad's like, oh, I'm sorry, because they didn't have money in their wallets at the time either. They were using their credit card for the vacation thing. So we left all of our money at home, which I was going to do, and I forgot. So clearing that up. And then he goes to my mother, like right after my dad kind of turned him down. And then he's like, hey, lady, you got 94 cents? Every single time he asked each one of us for money, it was a different amount of money too, which is super weird. And like, I don't even know. So I knew that this guy, something was wrong with him. And he goes to my freaking 9-year-old sister. She's almost 13 now, but at the time she was 9. And he's like, hey kid, hey sweetie, can you give me $2? And she goes,
quiet, you know, like she doesn't talk.
But she was a savage. Like, I've trained her well. So he just kind of stood there staring, like, what? And then my dad was like, so, like, where do you live? And when we started actually, like, my dad was talking to this guy. You know what? Something else I forgot to mention. He was holding this drink, and I knew it had to be some type of like alcohol drink or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know a lot about drinks because my family doesn't drink. That's not my thing. I don't like that. My family doesn't like that. So, it was like, you know, in one of those weird little like cups. I'm gonna try to find a picture of it or like something similar to it, and I'll put it there. It was green, right? And it was kind of bubbling, which is freaky because like I've never seen a drink do that before. And I'm not talking like fizzy bubbles, you know, like a Coke would do or something like that. It was like bubbling, like freaking witch's brew or something. I don't know what was in there. And it was like this kind of like lighter green turquoisey color. It was weird. I don't know what it was. But he was holding that the whole time. And I forgot to mention that before. And he's like talking to my dad, and my dad's like, oh yeah, I live around here. Like, I have a really cool, like, I think he said like a tent up the road or something. I don't even know. Like, yeah, my neighbor gave me this really cool drink for my plant. And I was like, what? And my dad was like, oh, that's cool. Like, we didn't even know what to say at this point. We were just like, please go away. Like, and so my dad's like motioning to my mother to just like take the children inside. So my mom's like, come on kids, we better go get us a table. And so we start like walking to the building or whatever, and we're starting to walk around the corner, and then my dad's like, I need to go, bye, like, peace out, my friend. And he leaves, and then this like dude, he's just standing there in the middle of the alleyway watching us walk away. And of course me, I'm just like looking back like I'm so dumb. But like he's just like, and it was so creepy. And so then we turned the corner, and like the whole time we were in the restaurant, like I think my whole family had kind of forgotten about it after a while, but like literally I was freaking out. I was like, we have to go back through that alleyway, possibly through, like, by that man again, like, to get to the car. And I was, like, so scared. And then once we went back outside, then my parents remembered, obviously. We didn't see him again. He wasn't there. And so we got in the car. We left. I checked to see if my wallet was there, and it was there. And he didn't do anything to the car. I was, like, really afraid that he was gonna, like, do something to the car. It's not completely over yet, okay? So then we back up out of, like, that half space thing, and right when we back up, guys, I kid you not, I just wanted to look back at the alleyway just to see if it was clear. The man was right behind the car. I swear to God, it was scary, and, like, I was like, oh my God. And then he's just standing there, like, again. And my sister, like, turned around and she was like, oh, Dad, drive. And so my dad just, like, pretends like we don't even see the man, and we just, like, floor it away. And that was the end of that story. Never saw the man again. Don't know who he was. I mean, I feel bad that we couldn't help him, but at the same time, I don't really know if he actually needed help and he was just on something and his brain was all cray-cray. So I feel bad, but, like, at the same time, I didn't feel safe and I didn't feel comfortable, and neither did the rest of my family. So I truly do feel like we did the right thing. And, yeah, so there's the story of how I could have been kidnapped by a homeless man who was possibly on drugs. My life, right? Oh my gosh. I need some help. But anyway, so I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell so you can hear every time I upload, because, yeah, that's it. So bye.